Go. So, welcome to the podcast. We're here at Horrorific, the International Horror Film Festival, where I understand that you brought one of your films.
Yes.
So, sorry, normally I'd introduce my guests, but my diction on pronunciation with names
It's weird.
Well, it's not that your name is weird, it's just that I don't want to mispronounce it. So, would you like to introduce yourself?
Everybody mispronounces, even in Belgium, because it's not really a Belgian name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's your name from?
Well, actually, Albanian.
Okay.
My mother's side of the family is Albanian.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is actually Bekim Vanbosche, Vanbosche, but Vanbosche is right. Yeah, that's my name.
And is there a way for me to pronounce it? Say your name slowly. Do it. So sometimes with some foreign names, we sometimes have like a smaller abbreviation.
Oh well, my brother called me a lot of time Beck.
Beck.
Yeah, to make it shorter.
Okay.
But
do you mind if I call you Beck?
Yeah, you can. you can say anything. Some people say bacon.
Bacon. Yeah, that's where my mind was going, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
But you can. It's just a bit crispy, but it's okay. It's good breakfast.
So Beck bacon.
Great.
Wonderful. So yeah. So what brings you here to the film festival?
Well, I put my movie on the festival, and they accepted.
Wonderful.
And I'm here to represent it, the movie, and also to make contacts and see the other movies. And for the moment, they were all great.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Sometimes when you come to these festivals, it can be a bit of a mixed bag, and there can be some that are, once you're in the cinema, you're thinking, oh, how long till the end?
Well, it depends. I will be quite honest. Like there are a lot of shorts there. You can see they don't have a budget, but I respect that 100%. If you do something shitty, and sorry for my language.
No, this is an adult podcast. So.
Oh, okay. I can say the F. I can.
You can
open the gates now.
Yes. Yeah, we put the warning there that if anyone's not happy, then turn off now.
But if you have like a $1 million movie and it's shitty, yeah, let's shit on it. Like I will be I will open my mind about. But if they don't have the budget, I will respect that a lot and see what they had to do with that budget. Like, I remember a movie that I saw on Screamfest from a very young girl, a student. She didn't have the budget, but she plays with that in her story.
Yes.
It was so smart of her, and because of that, she make it great. So sometimes you have those wonderful ideas from a lot of young filmmakers.
I guess it's you can see, being a filmmaker yourself, you can see the use of creativity.
Yes. And that's also fun about film festivals. Like, I love watching movies in general, but in film festivals, you will see movies that are not accepted by real producers. And you see like what talent or what creativity, like what mindset can you encounter. Yes, that's also very nice to see.
And so you were telling me just before we came on the podcast here that you've had a bit of an adventure this morning.
Oh yeah,
what something went wrong for you, didn't it?
Well,
what was happening?
I need to say thank you, Romford Festival, to be professional because this is a good story. Spencer came to me and said we have a problem with your DCP.
So Spencer's the guy that set this place.
Yeah,
this place up.
He's the director of the festival, and he told me like DCP is not working. We have a problem. And I'm like, okay, I have my laptop in my hotel room. I'm going to get it. And I was praying like, please, there's nothing wrong with the screens and stuff like that or projector. And we do that manually because I sent the movie with transfer. And it was a little problem actually that 1 gigabyte didn't transfer. That was the problem.
Just a corrupt file.
Corrupt file, maybe. I don't know what happened exactly. I even called my editor to know, because he's better with software stuff. And he said it can be anything, but luckily you have it on you. So for every young filmmaker, for every one, bring always.
Bring your
DCP or bring a hard drive with you. You save your own movie for.
Because you could have come all this way to see your film here at the festival, or not to see it.
Yeah, but also that's I like about that they came to me to tell me that problem. That's so professional. I've been to a festival which I won't name because I don't want to tell bad things. But there was a festival where there were lots of problems, like no sound, subtitles, and it was not even a DCP. It was like an MP4 file. And they didn't came to me to tell, oh, we have a problem. No, they just show it, and like I'm not kidding, like the whole audience went away because there was so many technical problem, which I feel very bad because I make movies. Like I think everybody makes movies for the audience. That's our goal, the audience. Having a prize is nice, but the audience is more important than the prize.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So today, through that professionalism, through that being honest, you managed to resolve the issue.
Yeah.
And how have audiences been with seeing your film?
Yeah, but it's like there are two kind of people when there's a problem. Some people who admit it and go for it, and it gets always solved. Like I kid you not, I work on film set as PA and other thing. One time as a PA, I kid you not, I lost a real life camel in a museum in Belgium. It's
okay, I need to know more. How does that take me back then? How does that even happen?
Oh, it's quite a long story, but I lost a real life camel. But the thing is, like, I admit it and we solved the problem. Like if you go, I give you an example. A very famous British example is Basil Fawlty.
Yes,
of Fawlty Towers. He's just opposite. He won't say it's my fault. He will try to solve it without anyone knowing.
And the problem just gets worse.
It got worse.
Yes, and that's so true to real life, isn't it? Indeed. When we do that, I do a lot of theatre stuff myself, and I find that within theatre, that often there can be a problem on every show that you do because it's a live event.
Indeed,
and you can't ignore it, because if you do ignore it, it trickles and it resonates and it keeps moving and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So I guess the same is in film as well.
Well, yeah, there's always problems in film. Sometimes is it good? So you like I have a good
an accidental piece of magic can happen.
Well, yeah, and sometimes anything can happen on a film set, and you have to deal with it anyway. Yeah, because you pay the production pay, or you pay, it doesn't matter, pay already so much, and everybody, even worse, it's not the money, everybody's spending time on that. You need to shoot, you need to make it. Some accidental stuff are great. For example, in the Django Unchained, when DiCaprio cuts his hand with glass, they used it. They use it, but they like the real blood they put on her is fake blood and all, but they did indeed. Let's use it, and it works. Sometimes an accident can go very wrong. For example, rest in peace, Brando Lee. That happened with him.
Yes.
So they have to solve it, and they solve it with. Strangely, already in the 90s with CGI, and it worked. They could finish the movie, but I'm always imagine a dimension where you have that finished product with Brandon Lee alive. What would be of The Crow? Very awesome movie. Also.
Yeah. So I'm eager to go back to the camel.
Oh yeah.
So the camel. How do you lose a camel in a museum?
Well, I need to tell you all the things that happened.
Okay, let's start at the beginning.
At the beginning,
so what was your role on the production?
I was a PA.
Okay.
I was a PA. Or location manager, PA. It's a little bit the same thing in Belgium. We do both.
Okay.
Opnameleiding in Dutch.
Okay.
And we are shooting. By the way, it was in middle of COVID. So that was another thing.
Right.
So we were making a kids movie. It's a kids movie, and the theme was Egyptian. And we shot a big part of the movie in a museum in the Egyptian section. We put a lot of fake things also to look at a little bit more more Egyptian, but you can see, you can see it's fake, but it's it's they make it for kids. It's okay.
Yes,
And we have every day a camel in the scene. The thing is, because of it's COVID, the rules were very strict in Belgium. First of all, there are many months after lockdown. When the first lockdown was finished, we had many months that we didn't work because the government didn't know how to handle a film set. It's quite different than
a supermarket,
yeah,
for
supermarket.
example.
Yeah, I just gonna say that, or office work, or something else. It doesn't matter. Each work is as important as
it's not a structure that is the same every day
Not at
on
all.
a film set.
Yeah.
It's very different, and the UK film industry struggled, and I've been on a few film sets. I think it was 2023. There were still restrictions on film sets in this country because they'd put these. They were so rigid restrictions that it was hard to kind of undo them.
Okay, I'm thinking I remember the last day of shooting. The first day that the restrictions were finished, everybody we put in garbage bag, and everybody of the set was around the garbage bag. And we tried to pull the mask. To aim the garbage bag. I remember that was our last COVID restriction day. So the thing was, it was very strict, and if somebody, God forbid, not anymore, would break those rules and something would happen, every film set will be closed again, and that's something
because of insurance purposes.
Yeah,
that was one of the big things.
Well, insurance and for everyone, because we love to work. We love to work. Not only that, but we need to work. I need bread. And so what really happened? The Camel cannot go to the main entrance because it's too heavy, too big. So he has to go to a goederenlift, a big elevator for heavy stuff, and going by the back. The problem to go by the back, because it's COVID, there were a lot of rooms that they made for students who are in university doing the exam there. Right. So there's a space in between each other, and everything is being cleaned and sanitized before shooting.
Yes, yeah.
Before the exam, sorry. And so the Camel have to go through one of those rooms. So, and always we need the security. So every day when the Camel is wrapped, I talk to the walkie-talkie to the production team. I say, hey, Camel is wrapped. And I won't say any names because I don't know if they want me to manage it, but I will say my boss said like, my boss like, okay, I'm coming with security. So this with security, so they know if there's which room there's an exam. And also everything goes also very safely because there are a lot of stuff on the way. So with the Camel, the animal handler was kind of annoying guy. It was also friendly, but also annoying. Like it was very.
He knew best.
Well, yeah, but I understand for a lot of things. But like it was very hot also because it was in the middle of summer. We were close in a room with 30 people. It was like a little bit as big as this room.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Also as high, but it was still warm. And I remember I put everywhere ventilators to fresh everybody up. And during shoot, I need to cut them off for the sound. And he was very strict that every ventilator needs to be on his Camel, which I find weird for every ventilator. But I say, yeah, but Camel can support the heat. And he say, yeah, but he needs the breeze because he's an animal. And that I understand. And so I put every ventilator on the Camel. Say, no, not on the Camel. Next to the Camel, like he needs to go past the Camel. But actually, when I see he's standing on that side, the guy, so every ventilator was on him. I don't know. Is like I'm making him look bad because maybe it's a coincidence or
but it didn't sound right. It didn't look right.
Yeah, and every day when the Camel is strapped, I take it in walkie, boss, the Camel is strapped, and he's coming with security. He say, yeah, I'm coming with security, and it's on his way. And this guy was always in front of me saying, oh, I have to go now. And I'm like, wait, they're coming. Yeah, but I have to go now. I say, dude, wait, please. Yeah, no, I have to go now. Until every day. It's the same song every day, but he's still very stubborn to go. And the worst part, and that I'm very friendly, but I see things.
Yes, yeah.
When I see when we are finished and wrapped up, we are putting everything in our trucks and all. He's there drinking beer with the crew who are finished drinking beer. It's a tradition. We have beer at the end of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We don't have that tradition here. I think we need to change
that. And not every set, but most sets we have beer. And he's drinking beer with everybody. I'm like, dude, you say you had to really go and you're drinking beer. Like, I'm like, I'm getting annoyed by that, but it's okay. And the last day, it was like by chance, the last day. The so the camel was strapped. He comes to me. I say, dude, no. But at the same time, I hear one of the actresses asking, do I need a costume change? And my attention goes quick to her, because if she needs, I need to send an assistant to the costume, because to know when she's ready or not, so she can tell me, so I can tell the first assistant that the actress is ready with the costume.
So the film can keep moving forward, yeah.
So my attention goes there, and I kid you not, was what, 5 seconds? Not even so. I heard behind me suddenly, Bekim! I turn around and I see the boss, like this, like where is it? And I did a 360, like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I see what happens. He said, you stay here. And he's running with the security guys, quick running. And luckily nothing happened, but that's how I lost the camel.
So where was the camel?
It was on its way to go outside.
It was on its way to go out.
Yeah. The animal handler, when I went to check if the actress needs a costume check,
he just
went away. That's what happens. But after then production came, I have to explain everything. And I told the truth. I told everything the truth, and I took my responsibility, because I know that guy was going to do that, because I saw him every day doing that, and he was like a little bit, and I won't say some bad words, but
but you felt it.
difficult person.
Yes.
And normally, if I would be smart, I will leave the costume and stand in front of the door and not moving. So it's my responsibility. So I took my responsibility. Luckily, they didn't fire me. They understood, and they told, for them, it's the animal handler's fault also. So they let me pass. It was okay, and also we don't need him anymore, because it was the last day.
Because it's done.
Yeah.
So what do you take from that then, as a filmmaker moving forward? What have you kind of learned from this experience?
Accept your mistakes. But also don't only accept your mistakes, learn from your mistakes. Very importantly, is a thing like my dad always say that it's okay to make mistakes. But if you don't learn from it, you're a stupid person. That's
simple as that.
Yeah. If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're stupid. If you learn from your mistakes, well, you're a human being. That's what my dad said.
That's great. Great piece of advice there. Well done, Dad.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's move back into your movie that you're showing here. What's the name of your film that you're showing?
L'enfant, that's in French. The child.
The child.
The child. Yes.
And what's this film about?
So it's about a pregnant woman who have very disturbing symptoms of her pregnancy, and goes to a doctor to help. But it's not like going to the doctor. It's quite black market like, secret like, for what's the situation. But the theme of the movie, and that's something I like to say out loud, it's about actually, how we say that, about mother instincts, motherly instincts. It's really about that, like it's a horror movie, pregnant woman, you know what's going on.
Yes.
It's quite done before. But here I'm focused on the mother instinct. So what if your child is a very big danger, and you're the mother, what you gonna do? And it's quite a big dilemma, but also, is it a dilemma because you have also this mother instinct that is uncontrollable for the movie, and that's why I
guess that mothering instinct is like some kind of, I think for many it's an unconditional love, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And indeed, that's beautifully said, but also that's also the theme of the movie. Like, it's,
so how far does unconditional love go?
Well, yeah, but also it's more like incomprehensible. I say it very wrong. Like, you don't understand it. Oh, you say that?
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible.
Wow, that was a big word for me.
Yeah.
Anyone that has listened to the podcast before will know I did very well at speaking.
Good job. But for me, it's even
incomprehensible.
Yeah, and those are also Lovecraft's work creatures. So we mixed the both of them in that movie. It's quite like I won't say more because I don't want to spoil for people.
Yes, yeah.
But I don't think they will hear this till after the festival. So
Okay. Okay. So yeah, we won't give too much away. So what were you mentioned Lovecraft there a little bit.
Yeah.
What were your inspirations then for this film?
well, Lovecraft and a video game called Bloodborne. That was I'm very big inspired by Lovecraft, and also Bloodborne is I love that. There was, but also the Mother Instinct, but also, and spoiler alert, I hear and I did research, and it's true that back in the days, in the 40s, C-sections, the anesthetic were not as now. So a woman had a lot of pain during those operations, and I find that very interesting to use that also in the movie. And it was for me important to use that too. It's a bit a combination of all those things. Also, a combination of a game that me and my brother play, and now I go and say something controversial. But it's the same thing like unconditional love, like the idea, like, oh, if you can go back in time, will you kill baby Hitler or not? Because he's still a baby. That's the dilemma of the thing. But
yeah, and we've asked that question's been asked a lot in movies, hasn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing also that I will love to use, like keep it or not, not like as an abortus, but you can see also as an abortus, but that's not what I'm focused on that movie, but more like, it's evil, it's it will bring destruction, but there's that unconditional love. Also the movie is very cryptic. Okay. I hate. It's not hate. I still love movies, but when they're spoon feeding with information, especially modern movies, I don't want to shit on them, but most of them now, compared to old ones, are spooning with information. Yeah. So I kept it cryptic, and for me, the audience have to guess what happened.
Yes,
what
a film that you have to think and use your brain. I find that true entertainment. When you even when you leave the film and it's finished and you still got questions.
Yeah, but there's many questions. Lore-wise, I say lore, but lore-wise or story-wise, what's the situation really be? And we tell the audience, but it's very subtle, and you have to puzzle everything yourself. If you know, like, I had a lot of questions with each festival, except a journalist. If you know a good French, there's a critic journalist in one of the festival, and he was straight on the point. Like he understood the movie very well. Like I was shocked that everything he wrote, that's it. That's the situation.
Yes. And what did that mean to you? How did that make you feel that someone got your film?
I was happy. I was proud about it. I like that people get it. Like I got some people, some reviews I see, and I accept negative reviews, but some reviews, some people say, oh, they say something about the last shot of the movie, which I understand 100%, 100%. But in my feeling, like if I have to put that shot because there's a little information is very important. Otherwise, people will see the movie on a different angle. And that's why I put it. But I understand that people don't like it, that shot, and I accept that. But I understand why I put it.
From your creative point of view, from your artistic point of view, there was a reason you did that. I completely understand that. I get that with the creative things that I'm doing, that sometimes I can see a flaw in something, but the alternative answers, it won't fit my vision.
Yeah. Is also the vision and the story. For me, the most important part of the movie is the story and characters. And characters make the story. And that's for me the most important part of a movie. Then after is the atmosphere.
Okay. How does the atmosphere then get shown within a film then? How do you bring the atmosphere out?
Oh, that's everything. That's the whole crew. That's the whole.
So it's everything behind the camera, then the atmosphere.
Yeah, but with the actors, because the actor give also an atmosphere. So that's I say the atmosphere is everything, and it's a teamwork of everything, and that's the beauty of it. When you can see that in a movie, it's like, everybody worked together very well. Costume, decor, acting, lighting, camera work, sound design, everything goes together.
Every element
Yeah,
gets pulled together by the atmosphere that you're creating on the
indeed.
set.
And when I see a very good atmosphere, especially like when it's well balanced, like I'm into it. I'm like, all right, you sold already the movie with your atmosphere.
Yes.
I,
So how does the atmosphere translate for the audience then? What is it that a normal audience member, because you said at the very beginning of this conversation, the audience are important to you.
yeah.
So what is the audience getting from you having a good atmosphere on your set? What are they?
Feeling. I will give you an example with a very famous video game, Silent Hill 2. It's very scary because of the atmosphere, the sound, the fog, the town. Like even the story is drama. You know, if you put only the story without the atmosphere, it's a drama, and that's good with horror. That's actually what horror is. It's a drama film with a creepy atmosphere. Then you have a good. Let's say Mike Flanagan TV shows, or he has also some movies, but his TV shows are very great. They're all dramas, but the atmosphere is creepy.
Yes, yeah.
And that's what I love so much. When you can put something very important, very touchable, like a meaning, and in a horror concept. Like, okay, let's say the slashers. Okay, they are fun, but for me, it's like, okay, it's fun, but then you have like, let's say Alien, which I love that, but that's also a very great atmosphere.
Yes.
And also, for me, that's my personal view. Alien is about rape. It's about a rapist trying to kill people because it impregnates you, it follows you, it stalks you.
Yeah.
So for me, it's about that. But you feel also like you've been watched any moment, it can jump out, and the evolution of that alien. Like first of all, let's say before the first plot point, it's very you come there in an alien planet and you don't know what's going on. You see those eggs, you see those that's with spaceship. You see already what happened before, very subtle. Like you see that the pilot of spaceship with the
so it opens up that you're in a different world, you're in a different place.
Indeed. Then when you Kalen gets the alien on his head, that's where the first plot point starts. Then at the midpoint is the chest bursting scene. So sorry for spoilers already. Watch, and also, what the fuck? Why you didn't watch Alien?
Why have you not seen Alien? Yeah, get off this podcast and go and watch Alien if you
indeed.
haven't seen it. Yes.
Watch movies. Then you get. It's also a horror moment. And what happened? He get impregnated in as a team, but also he gets the spaceship is in danger. Then you get at the after the midpoint, you get the second plot point. And second plot point is when. For me, is when they know that Ash is artificial intelligent and tell them like you can do nothing. It's a perfect creature, like already like you've been stalked by something you cannot kill. Yes. So you have those themes around like it's the atmosphere of that movie goes along the silence, for example. Only the and the pans, how they pan everything in the spaceship very slowly. That makes an horror movie. That makes scary the atmosphere.
Yeah, and I guess you're right with it coming back to what's happening behind the camera, and with the crew having the everyone. If the right atmosphere is working behind, the cinema screen's turning on.
Yeah.
We're about to watch the movie. Maybe they heard us and put.
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
But yeah, maybe everyone's putting their all into something. Yeah. Everyone works a little bit harder and creates something that's a little bit more real when that atmosphere is right on the set.
Indeed. But also, I like to point out that actors, because I say the atmosphere, but actors give also an atmosphere. And one of a weird rule that everybody say, don't show your monster, it's more scary. But let's say Alien, you don't see him all the time. But John Carpenter, The Thing, you see it fully, like you see the whole thing, and it's scary. Why? Actors. It's their reaction that makes scary. For example, Jaws also. Why is the shark scary? Because Spielberg didn't show the shark. I think even he showed the shark, it will be scary. It's the actors, their reaction. Like when he said, "We're gonna need a bigger boat," it's you see his fear, and what he's saying is like, "I'm scared." That's that dialogue that he implied, like, "We can do nothing. I'm scared." That's what he's saying. So actors' reaction does so much for your movie. Like I say, characters and story. Characters are made by actors. If you have a great actor giving full on, you can make a very scary piece. Like there's even a trailer of Hideo Kojima's new game for Xbox. I don't know. It's 2 letters. I don't know how it's called. And there are famous actors, just their close up, having little monologues. But you see the fear, and you feel very scary about those moments.
So, what do you think it is that makes a good actor? That makes a good actor that gives this atmosphere, that gives a truthful performance?
Well, like you said, truthful. Like well, overacting works also, but you need because overacting is also an atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say the Vampire Kiss of Nicolas Cage. It's not scary, but that's what makes the film watchable.
Yes.
That's what makes the film entertaining. Because I don't think if you put if it's not overacting, I think this movie will be very boring.
Yes. I guess there's different styles of acting required for different stories. And you touched on Nicolas Cage there.
Yeah.
Are you referring to Renfield, where he played Dracula?
No, Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire's Kiss.
You never saw that?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, you should see that.
No, do I need to see?
No,
that?
what time? No, never. It's very
really Vampire's Kiss. I can't say that.
He thinks he's a vampire the whole movie.
Right.
There's even a scene he put fake vampire teeth. It's so funny. Oh yeah.
No,
there's a meme that he's looking like this. That's the movie. Yeah, it's
see that face that you just did, that reminds me of Face Off. Because he does that kind of like he's got that face going in Face Off. But have you seen Renfield? Quite a recent one?
Yeah. I saw it.
That one I did, that didn't hit the mark for me.
No,
and he was very much. He was doing the part that was required of him, I think, in that film.
Well, indeed, but for me, like
you couldn't do that film and take it seriously.
It's not to make it serious, of course not. But my problem with the movie, they sell it very bad. I'm sorry to say it like this, but they sell it like it's a Nicolas Cage movie as a vampire. You see him not a lot.
Briefly, yeah.
Briefly, it's more about Aquafina and the guy. I forgot his name.
Oh my god. He
played now in very good.
He's the next Lex Luthor. I should know. Nicholas Hoult.
Yes,
Nicholas Hoult.
He's a very good actor.
Yes,
but it's more about them, and it's more about those gangsters. Like the vampire stuff is very few things.
And actually, the story. So it's interesting that we've gone here to Renfield, because Renfield is a character that's very close to my heart. And
really?
It's I play one of my first plays that I was in, a theatrical play, was Dracula. And I played Renfield, and it was the first part that I ever did that I went, I love acting.
Oh, really?
Which
is your favorite Renfield? Oh.
Well, do you know what? I don't. After having played the part it was Liz Lockhead's Dracula. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's the main. It's kind of like seen as like the main theatre production version of Dracula. There are a few. But having done that, I can't find a part of Renfield that is like that. That is a madman that is obsessed with Dracula and wanting to serve him and his cause. I haven't been able to find a version. And when they said they were making the film of Renfield, I was like, oh yes, this could be it. They're going to make a film just about him. Yeah, they must understand who he is as a character. And then, like you say, they made a film about gangsters.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's the point.
Well, if they make like a serious movie, like the psychological evolution of madness, like it will be quite a Lovecraftian movie also.
Yes, yeah.
Like his evolution, that the way how we don't know how Dracula contact Renfield. We don't know. No. Even in the book, you don't know. Renfield feel Dracula is coming, so we don't know. would be interesting to see that evolution. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a serious man, and British serious man losing his mind for basically what he thinks a god. So that would be very interesting to see.
Yes, yeah.
And making his madness the fear point or the atmosphere point of the movie. I would love to see that.
But it's all, the madness in Renfield has gone to a place of, because it's so truthful, it's gone to a place of almost sanity.
Yeah.
You know, he's almost sane because he believes it so much.
Yeah.
Because he believes in this person so much, like you say, like a god.
Yeah. Well, it will be so awesome maybe to see a movie about Renfield, like during that time period, not now. Like he thinks Dracula is coming, but you make the audience guess, is it fake or not, Dracula?
Yes, I
That
like
would be
this.
so interesting.
I think we're coming up with the
I
next
getting
movie.
ideas.
Yeah,
Now,
well, if you find if you're looking for an actor to play Renfield, I'd love to revisit the character. That was a dream of mine for a long time.
well, now we have to
revisit.
wait because we just got Nosferatu, so
Yes,
having a Dracula movie.
I don't know. Sometimes there's a season for these things.
Yeah.
Is there not? Is there not a season for vampire movies and zombie movies? And
There is. It depends, but like I remember there was one. When I was a teenager, I loved to write horror or horror stories for myself, and then a movie came out and everybody was fan of it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's called Twilight, and then every movie like we had Red Riding Hood and all. You have those.
the werewolf movies were coming out. The
Yeah.
kind of love horror.
Love horror, and I'm okay with love horror. The problem with me is like, oh, we use teenage beautiful boys to be bad guys that I don't believe.
No.
I'm like, dude.
No, I guess with those movies, they weren't for us.
Well,
They
yeah.
weren't made for us.
Well,
were they?
it's okay.
Literary vampires.
But it's okay, but like there was, it's called that TV show, The Chilling Adventure of Sabrina, and I watched that because I watched the old TV show of Sabrina because my niece was a big fan, and when I was at her place, we watched that. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. It's a horror version. I was like, oh no, like it's fun for the young audience, but I see like they're like Satan is a young guy with a six pack, and I'm like, dude, come on. Be scary. Sometimes I'm thinking like, come on, be scary. Don't be. I think people are scared to make scary stuff.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's scary.
Just simply through that.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
I wonder if some people go further with their mindset on scary films because, you know, there is this thing of sometimes people can be like, that's too much.
well, yeah.
That's too far, and it disrupts maybe society a little.
Well, maybe I won't say society, but I will give you an example. The most scary part of watching a movie is before watching the movie. I had that as a child, and
Yes, yeah.
a lot of people had that. You can see also in the first Frankenstein movie, the Boris Karloff Frankenstein. What happened? The first scene is actually a guy on stage saying, "Look, God, this is a scary movie." For weak audiences, I don't know how to say that. Please leave the room. It's a scary movie. That already you make already people scared. Even they won't be scared.
Yes,
You make it same thing with Paranormal Activity. I have the DVD. What is written on? Don't watch this alone.
It induces the fear. It starts. Your mind is more powerful than what you can see on the
Well,
screen.
indeed. So you do already like look out scary movie. Even it's not a scary movie. Like even like for example, not so long time ago, a friend of mine did a little viewing by horror film in her place
Yes.
and invited some friends. A lot of friends said, "Oh no, I don't want to watch. It's a horror film. It's a horror film. I don't want to watch." But you didn't see it. To be honest, my movie is not that scary. It's a scary atmosphere, yes, but in general, it's not that scary. There's not so much blood. It's more an teen movie about motherhood, instinct of the mother, instead of that creepy, that massacre thing. It's more philosophical, I would say.
Yes. Yeah.
But the scary part of movies before the movie, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, horror film," and that's a big problem because you have very good horror films who are scary but are very beautiful. And a lot of people forget about, like for example, a very beautiful horror film, and it's more drama. I got tricked by Prime. I watched that at Prime. It was a Japanese movie from 60 or 64 called Onibaba.
Okay, not heard of it.
Oh, it's great. But they say Japanese horror film in black and white. I thought, okay, I'll go and watch. It was a drama. Actually, it sold me bad. It was a drama film. The end is horror, but it was so good. So good.
I guess the classification on films can be too broad, can't they? To just say something's horror, something's love, something's comedy.
Oh yeah.
Film can induce many different feelings, can't they? And to narrow things down to one title doesn't always fit. And as an audience, I guess we should hopefully be open to it.
Well, the problem is we human beings, we like to put a stamp on everything. We like to categorize
things
everything.
Boxes, yes, yeah.
And the problem, like you said, like some movies you cannot do that. Let's say Star Wars.
Yes,
it's science fiction. It's not science fiction. It's a space opera. It's not science fiction. It's more fantasy than science fiction. But what is it? It's a love story, adventures. It's a space opera. Let's say science fiction. It is also a war movie. I mean,
and that's a great example of a film that if someone says, "Oh, sci-fi is not for me," they can be missing out on some great cinema if they don't watch that.
But here's the thing: like a lot of people I see, and I say, "Okay, you know what? Let's try." And I give totally the opposite. They think like this. I say horror. They will think they will see a slasher. No, I will show like more drama horror. I will El Orfanato.
So I guess it's important for us when we're like marketing a film then is to what category do we want to put our films under?
Well, that's what they do. They try to sell you a movie like this. And I understand it's important because you're in the mood for horror.
Yes.
You're going to go for a horror film. For example, like there's many drama films who are beautiful, but it's about cancer, it's all about illness. And I will be honest, I'm not always in the mood to see that.
What, something like that? You don't want to be left feeling sad at the end.
Yeah,
of the film
you want. Let's say one of the best movie when I'm sad. Each funeral I watch that movie is Back to the Future.
My favorite film
movie. It's a happy movie. Like and it's in science fiction. Like a lot of people don't like it. I say watch Back to the Future. It's a science fiction movie. It's Back to the Future.
That's a really interesting how you say that film made you happy. So for me, Back to the Future. If ever I was having a sick day from school, I would always put Back to the Future on every time that I was off of school not feeling well or just wasn't in the mood for other stuff. Back to the Future would always fix me.
Well, with me,
or make me feel some sense of comfort.
Well, with me it's different. I watched Back to the Future a lot of times before now even more, but when I was a kid. And around I was 12 years old. My grandfather, no, 11. My grandfather died, and I love that man. And he's from the Albanian part of my family, and in Albanian tradition, a funeral is not one day; it's several days.
Right. Okay.
And during that day, you're not allowed to listen to the radio, or watch TV, or doing those things because they believe that the spirit won't go away. Yeah, but also there's some beautiful tradition. One of the traditions like try to make everybody happy. Why? Because they believe that the ghost is still in the house before he leaves, and he wants to see you happy before he leaves. So they have some beautiful tradition too. And I remember I was there quite a few days, and I was quite sad. And my dad said, "You know what? You want to go home?" I say, "Yes, I want to go home." And we go home, and I was in the couch doing nothing. I say, "What's going on?" I say, "Oh, it's okay." I say, "Put TV on." I say, "No, we are." My dad is more from the Belgian side, and he say, "Well, it's okay. Your grandfather will love you to watch a movie." And I put it on, and guess which movie was on? Back to the Future. And now it's quite a tradition for me. For each funeral, I watch Back to the Future after in my room.
So it's a comfort film for you as well.
It's a very comfort film, and it's a great film.
It is.
It's a great film. I know it by head. Like,
yes, yeah. No, it's an amazing film, and that's so nice to hear that that a film is able to do that for you. And I do believe if we're going to go, I'm going to go into the spiritual stuff now. If there is something more afterwards, if the spirit does linger on and wants to see you happy, then why would that spirit not want to see you happy, doing something you enjoy, watching a film that gives you comfort?
Indeed. And also, let's say about spirit, I always think like, if I die, If I become a spirit, I will haunt cinemas and I will watch movies all day. That's like
Yeah.
that's my go-to spirit bucket list.
Yes, yeah. No. I've decided that it's really funny where these conversations go. Very recently, so I run a small theatre,
Yeah.
and I spend a lot of time in this theatre alone. And I had the same thought that if I die, I'm going to come around here and just hang out here and watch some plays. This is
that's
where I'm
cool.
going to be.
But what if you can be an actor as a ghost, like a real ghost actor?
Yeah, I can join them on the stage. Maybe that's what.
Move the candlestick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe that's my destiny. I can't get on the stage in life. Maybe in death.
That'd be so. That's great. Like I say to somebody, like drinking beer in the cinema. Like I took some beers and went to watch a movie yesterday night, and I said, "This is heaven. Drinking beer and cinema, that's heaven for me." Like,
Yeah, nice. That's wonderful. So this has been a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, I love.
Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for sharing.
And thank you that I can be here. It was real nice.
No, it's a pleasure. And so as we wrap this conversation up, sometimes my mind goes to things like I want to do like a little hypothetical with you.
Yeah.
So we was discussing there Back to the Future.
Yeah.
So if you was to jump in a time machine and you would go back to the past, to those days where you're losing camels, and where you haven't perhaps started to, you haven't got your own film on the big screen yet, what advice would you give to yourself at those points?
Oh, that's a good question. I will say, that's quite difficult. Most of the time, if I have a time machine, I will say I will go in the past and see a Beatles concert or Jimi Hendrix concert. That's what I would do.
Yeah, they're probably sold out.
I will go
do you know what? When I'm at a concert sometimes, I often have a little look around. I went to a Billy Joel concert a couple of years ago, and I was looking around and I was like, I wonder if there are any time travelers in this room. Because like you say, if you could have a time machine and go to see some of those players that are now deceased and now passed, and that opportunity's missed. I missed Prince. I never got to see Prince, who I love.
Me too.
And I didn't get to see Bowie, who I love. And so I would go and see one of those two. But I'm like, surely there are other time travelers that would do that.
I'm lucky to see Linkin Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm very lucky because then Chester Bennington. Now they have a new singer,
but it's not the same as the setup from when you discovered Linkin Park, is it?
Yeah, and I'm lucky when he died. I'm lucky I saw it. Now they have a new singer, and she does well. I know the controversy. I think she does well. It's not the same, I understand, but I'm still lucky to see Chester live, and there are many other artists I would love to see live before they passed away. But to answer your question, what I will say to my younger self, I will say like, watch Onibaba.
Watch Onibaba.
Watch Onibaba now, and I will get better screenplays, I think, by watching that kind of movie. Like,
really, that's kind of what led you on your journey.
No, not really, but
no?
I will. It's more like when I was younger, I watched more Hollywood-oriented movies. Then the streaming platform came, which I got more access from, let's say, less Hollywood-like movies, where I find them. It's more my style of movies, like Onibaba, Les Yeux sans visage, the Eyes Without a Face, the Haunting.
Yes. So opening yourself up to other experiences.
Yeah, I will. Also, because that influenced me a lot, and also to my younger self, even younger. When I'm much younger, I would tell him like, don't trust cinema school. It's good. It's good cinema school, but don't forget, do your own thing.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wonderful. And so let's go to the future now.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
What do you hope for that to look like? 10 years from now. Let's dial in 10 years from now.
In 10 years.
Where's Beck going to be? What kind of movies are you going to be making?
Oh, I hope I will have a few, because right now I'm writing 2 features.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I hope to make it for real. Hey, one of them is low budget fun footage like. So we still can make something. The other one is more big budget like, and I hopefully can present to a studio or a production that hopefully they will accept it and let's make it. So I'm playing on this. So I hope it gets made. I hope that the future, I I will be more gray and less bold. And I hope that in the future I will have a wife and kids. So
Nice, yeah. Those things, it's not all about the creativity life, is it? It's not all about the craft and the art. We've also got to have those.
Or
those moments of life.
let's say the private life, but on the creative side, make my feature films and also help other people make films. Like a lot of people contact me, especially from festivals I meet, contact me for tips, advice, and I love to give that because helping each other for their work is important. I think you don't have to listen to every. Like if I say, "Oh, do like this." Take it, but don't do it. I mean, like it's just a piece of advice. Maybe my advice is wrong in new situation, but helping other making movies is also fun. Seeing like a group, like let's say, and because now we have quite shitty movies. Let's say that's the thing. I hope for the future. That generation of filmmakers now hear everybody in each festival that we are the Renaissance.
Yes, I believe
the Renaissance.
I believe we're coming into a new Renaissance. I believe it's needed.
It's really needed. Like for example, How to Train Your Dragon. I love that movie.
But do we really need to see a live action version?
No, and also you.
And it's a copy. See?
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a shot for shot copy. It's nothing interesting.
Why do we need to buy that? Why do we need to go to the cinema? I have no urgency to go and see that.
The problem.
There's nothing exciting about it at all.
Nothing at all. I love the animation movie. It's a perfect movie. Why you touch that?
Yes.
It's why?
Well, to me, that's the commercialism of it.
Of course.
That's they know, the investors know that it made money before, therefore it will make money again. But what is it contributing?
Like a movie I saw and I was shocked because. Is the thing. I was at home and a guy called me. It was 2023. A guy called me and I say, yes. And he said, oh, Bekim. I just went to the cinema with my kids. We went to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Puss in Boots 2. I say, yeah, go watch that movie. I say, why? Just watch it. I watched. It was amazing. Yeah. I'm like, why we don't make those movies anymore? It was an amazing story. It was well animated. Some people don't like that kind of animation, but I liked it. But the story was so great. The characters were great. It's better than the first Puss in Boots movies. Now we have a tray of Shrek, the new Shrek movie.
Yes.
More teaser came out today. But I was like, Jesus, that's what we need. So we have some few movies that they know what story is and not commercials. Like, and that's the thing. Like, for example, also in 2023, I went in the cinema to watch Godzilla -1. I was alone with 5 other people in the whole room.
Yes.
Everybody else was watching Aquaman 2 because there was so much publicity for.
Yeah, the marketing was. They pumped so much money into the marketing. Half the budget is marketing. And
have you seen Godzilla -1?
No, I haven't. Do I need to see it?
See,
the thing with the Godzilla movies, I've been a bit turned off by them. To be honest with you, it was kind of getting a bit samey for me.
Well, I will tell you like this: watch Godzilla -1. It's not American; it's a Japanese one.
Yes, yeah.
Watch it, and that's literally textbook how a Marvel or those big Hollywood film must be. Because it's great action. You have a Godzilla who destroys city, but you have human drama the whole movie.
Yes.
Though, trust me, it's a movie for each character, all of them. You're like, don't die. Don't die. You're like this. And you're hoping the whole movie, you're jumping out of your seat because you're so invested in all the characters. It's so well done. And also, it's a costume drama at the same time with monsters. I love those horror.
You're selling this to me. I'm gonna go watch this.
It's on Netflix, and also they have a black and white version. It's even better.
Wow!
Watch the black and white version.
Well, Beck, you excite me as a filmmaker. You understand film, and it sounds to me like you're going to be part of the future renaissance of cinema.
I've been in film. I've been in film. I was very sick when I was a kid, like all the time. I was not a lot in schools also. And I was watching TV all the time because I was always sick,
Mhm.
and my dad bought the VHS collection of Disney
Okay.
and then some other films, and I was really into films. And I remember very well, like I was watching a movie. I was 6 years, 7 years, something like that.
Mhm.
I was sitting down on the couch, and I saw a movie with army men, very muscular with big machine guns. Like almost like, oh, it looks cool, because I had Action Man dolls. And like,
Yes,
it
of
looks
course,
cool,
yeah. Yeah.
And there was a guy who takes his knife and go on the shoulder. I'm like, oh my god! I was
Are
like,
we
this,
talking about Rambo here?
you see, and no, he saved him. It was a scorpion, and I was like, and then there were weird colors, and then there was a scorpion on a hand in weird colors, and my mother saw that, and she screamed at me and explained me I should not watch that movie. It's a movie for adults.
Yes.
And back in the day, there was a logo underneath. She explained that to me, so I learned that this movie exists not for kids. I didn't know that before. And here's the thing: so you have my TV, the couch, and behind the couch is the door to go to the hallway. And my mother said, "Go to your room." And I go, open the door, close the door, and bend down behind the couch. And that's how I discover horror films. And it was my first horror experience. And that movie was Predator.
Amazing.
That's how I discovered it.
Yeah.
And I fell in love.
Yeah.
And I knew it was every Thursday night. I did that every time. That's how I watched.
What a beautiful education, though, really.
Yeah.
from behind the...
But my mother was very strict with that. Like, the TV show Young Sheldon?
Yes.
My mother's a little bit like that, very protective.
Yes.
And that's maybe why I make a movie about mother instincts. And she, like, for example, even the movie Edward Scissorhands, I was not allowed to watch because she see a guy with scissors, and I watched it.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting how these things that when you're young that you're maybe not supposed to be watching yet can actually inform you in a positive way. Now, I think my mum was quite similar, actually. She was quite against even things like The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
When I was young, my mum didn't want me watching The Simpsons because she thought that would inform me in the wrong way. And
Yeah, you will say bad words.
I don't think she'd actually seen it. I think she just decided that it wasn't quite right for me, or she was a bit worried, even a bit with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She was a bit worried that might be a bit too much for me and maybe make me start kicking and punching or something.
Well, the Mutant Turtles, I was allowed to watch, but there are some movies.
I was allowed to watch
yeah,
it, she was a bit. I think she was a bit concerned by the level of violence from it. But my granddad would, every time I went over there, and my mum and dad never knew anything about this till recently. My granddad, every time I went over there on a weekend, would show me Predator, would show me Terminator 2.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he would show me all of these films. He was very much into cowboys and Indian and Western kind of films, but also very much into the action films.
Yeah,
like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, John Claude Van
80s.
Damme. The real hardcore action movies of the 80s. But those movies, watching them at that age, even though I was watching them as an 8-year-old when they were made for 18 plus, it informed me in a positive way. It opened up my creativity. It opened up my mind to storytelling. It wanted me to be a part of the filmmaking world myself. And it led me down that path. And if I hadn't have experienced those things, those adult stories, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
Well, yeah, but I think it depends. My mother was, like I said, very protective. Some stuff I was not allowed to do. And I think the problem also with today's movies, they try to do everything for the whole audience to get more views. Mm-hmm. But I think make R-rated. Mm-hmm. Kids will still watch it.
Yeah, it's almost like they're afraid to make R-rated. They're afraid to make certain types of films anymore. They want to make every film a 12.
Yeah.
They want to make everything a PG.
But yeah, there was like a movie. I don't remember which movie, but it's like such a drama movie. And they make it PG. I'm like, dude, you can make this one R-rated. Kids won't watch that. I mean, that's not the audience. But also, like, even so, like Star Wars, for example, make it R-rated. Because I will tell you, kids will try to. Now kids, they will try to sneak in.
Yes.
You give him. Here's the thing, like now movies they can watch anyhow. You can go on Netflix. You can on YouTube even they put some parts, and if you watch every part, you would watch the whole movie. So it's so accessible. Make it not accessible, because make the challenge like the challenge I had to watch Behind the Couch.
Yeah,
The challenge
because we
with
do
sneaking-
still have to. Whilst I'm saying it was a positive experience for me watching some adult films, we do still at the same time have to protect children.
Yeah.
I have 2 young children, and I'm going back in my mind now to when my daughter discovered a horror movie.
Oh.
We was at a holiday camp, camping in a caravan, and she went off into one of the other caravans and watched with a group of children. She was about 6 years old. Some horror movie with clowns. I don't know what the film was,
Okay.
but for the rest of the holiday, she did not sleep
She watched
because
it.
she was petrified.
She watched
It was something like
if you she was 6, it was probably it.
but it petrified her and stayed with her for a long time. And as a parent, I would have liked to have protected her from seeing that kind of movie.
I understand. That I understand. But here's the thing, like, for me as a kid, if you want to watch a horror movie, now it's easy because everything is PG. I mean, not everything, but everything that you do to watch that movie, like the build up, like, okay, I'm going to try to sneak in, or I'm going to try to rent it and or ask somebody, my older brother, and also I can see it, you know.
But now you can just turn on Netflix or Amazon
and they're all PG, you know. And I think doing that, you remember this movie, that experience much better.
Yes.
I think that's important. And also, like for your daughter, I'm sorry, I'm going to say something maybe controversial.
Go on.
It's maybe good for her to be. It's important to feel fear in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is important to face it. She will learn courage with that.
Yeah.
So maybe when she grow up, little by little, try to bring to clowns, real funny clowns. And
Well, I've never seen that fear progress, to be honest.
all right,
It was just in that moment.
all right. No, she's good.
But you know what? I'm gonna. She actually wants to be a guest on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Great.
So I'm gonna bring that up with her. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
gonna dive
So
into
about the clowns, I'm curious. I
yes,
will watch that.
yes. She has briefly been on the podcast.
How old
But
is she now?
sorry,
How old is she?
she's 16 now.
Oh yeah. Now she's not scared.
Yeah, and she's a musician. And do you know what? She's one of the most fearless persons I know.
Well, that's maybe because she was scared.
Because she
Maybe.
faced her
Who knows?
fears young.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Yes.
That's life.
It is, yes.
Everybody has their own way,
Mhm.
and everything happens during the way, and that's how you make it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This has been great. Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
very great.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for sharing. So you mentioned partway through this conversation that you would like to help other filmmakers
Oh yeah, sure.
in the future. So if anyone is watching or listening to this and like myself, they've listened to you speak about films and been like, wow, you're a filmmaker that knows their stuff. I would like a little bit of advice for you. How would they get in touch with you? How would they contact you?
Well, Instagram, my name, Bekim Vanbosche. Okay, I say it now like this, and everybody will write it wrong.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make sure I add in the comments and
Yeah.
links to where people
Yeah, my
can find you.
Instagram, Facebook too. But the problem with Facebook, most of the time, I think you're in spam. So
Yes, of course.
with Instagram is okay. Yeah, I'm not a real social media person. Like, not really. But yeah,
But reach out, talk to you, ask
A-
questions.
any movie, any problem, I would love to help. Like, not money wise, sorry, but like advice, yes. Or also, I will give one advice: watch old movies. Watch old movies and try to know how they make it. Or watch The Lord of the Rings and watch the making of, and you know everything. I think
Yes,
that's real film school.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Beck.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you
Thank you.
sharing. And if anyone has been watching or listening, we appreciate you for joining us for this conversation.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.